Hey filmmakers and aspiring filmmakers, I'm Thomas. I decided to make this video after I shot a micro documentary called Film Inspired Fashion. I felt that a video like this might help others who are also looking to make a micro documentary. Let's start with what the heck is the difference between a micro documentary and a feature-length documentary. I know it's pretty self-explanatory, but feature-length documentaries usually follow a traditional three-arc narrative: incite an incident, rise in action, and the climax. When making a micro documentary, you are not going to have time for long, slow, info-heavy exposition. You want to quickly get to the point of your story so that your audience doesn't click away. Still there? According to the Academy Awards, a feature-length documentary is a minimum of 40 minutes. Now, I had to do a lot of searching on a lot of different sites, but the main consensus is that a micro documentary is usually between 2 and 5 minutes. Some are as long as 10 minutes. For the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on making a 2 to 5 minute film. In my doc, I shot 3 separate interviews and also asked some impromptu questions during the photo shoots that were part of my film. With all that content, I probably had a 9 to 15 minute film, but my goal was to make a 3 to 4 minute film. If you're like me, you get super attached to footage, especially if you're taking up someone else's time. But I had to force myself to eliminate footage that didn't push my story forward. Feature-length documentaries are usually made to inform an audience about certain issues and hopefully get them to take action. A feature can cover a range of topics within its theme. A micro-doc usually focuses on only one idea. Let's take a quick look at a micro documentary that I love called Journey of Light with Albert Watson, which was created by BMW.
New York gets a hold of you. The people are a bit frantic, but I quite like that.
This 3-minute and 30-second short focuses on Albert Watson and how he sees the world as a photographer. The visuals are breathtaking, and the story gives you a perfect example of how to get straight to the point. Microdocs can be powerful, small pieces of content. Seriously, why do you think BMW is making a microdoc about a photographer? Because their customers want authenticity. So big brands are starting to give their followers just that in the form of short stories. If brands do this right, we will see them less as big corporate machines and more as humans supporting a cause, or as being real. In the Journey of Light film, the singular idea is how Albert Watson sees the world as a photographer. However, if this was a feature-length doc, they probably would have started the film with Albert reminiscing about his first photo he took as a child and then the first paying gig he got as a photographer. So in my film, I initially wanted to start it out introducing all of the characters via their interviews. It's a habit if you're used to shooting promos for brands. But I decided to skip the interviews and jump right into one of the stories that I felt was really interesting. Hopefully, this will pull my audience in. This brings me to another micro doc that I would highly recommend called The Junk King. In just 6 minutes, the film tells you who he is, what he does, a challenge he faced, and how he overcame it. So while microdocs don't usually follow a 3-arc narrative, that doesn't mean you can't introduce your audience to an issue or topic and then end the film with a sense of closure. Filming a micro documentary is a great exercise to develop your skills as a documentary filmmaker. Producing, cinematography, time management, budgeting, storytelling, problem solving, and editing skills are things that we should always be trying to improve at. Well, once again guys, I'm Thomas. Be sure to check the About Me page on this channel to see what my current upload schedule is. This video was about micro documentaries and how to make them. The link for the one I shot is in the description below. Now, go out and create something great.
Ay, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding out of line. Turn your heart rate.